wanders in, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, with a big smile on his face. I'm like, Bill, where you been? He's like, I met this girl. I was so great. And then I went to her house and I ended up staying at her house for a couple of days. I'm like, what do we do to help with that?
Individual tours are usually designed for the guys who cannot make it for the group tour for whatever reason. So you can always travel at your own leisure, at your own convenience. So just let us know when you come and give us your list of ladies. Our staff is there. There's basically 7 days a week for you. And if they're not in the office, you have your contact person, phone number, and you talk to this person. Even if you're somewhere at the restaurant with a woman, you don't feel comfortable, as John was talking earlier, you can always call and say, hey, Olga, there is something going on with this woman. Can you just help me? Or like happened so many times on the tours to Ukraine, and just call our staff, or I got this big restaurant bill or something else going on. We'll come and solve your problem for you, even if it's not a group tour, doesn't matter. Our staff is always there to help you, especially if it's emergency case. It's 24/7, so you can call them anytime.
Same thing I talked about earlier applies with the individual introductions as well. I mean, these women are on our service. We know who they are. We know where they live. We have their contact.
Well, we literally do, yes.
Yeah,
we have their addresses, especially with Latin America. We do have contact information for their family members in case we can get a hold of her. She usually leaves a phone number okay, here's my sister or mom's phone number. You can also call them just to reach out to me. So we know the addresses, phone numbers, again, passports, all kind of information.
And we know the women. I mean, many of our office personnel interact with these women and they build relationships with them. So these aren't just like total strangers for the most part. Maybe they don't know all the women as well as each one, right? They're going to know some better than others. But they have some kind of an interaction with these women. Unlike the apps. With the apps don't know anybody. I'm an app. How does an app know anybody, right?
And if something happens, well, God forbid, but if something happened, for example, you're supposed to talk to staff member 6 o'clock, she calls you because you have a next date and you're not answering, start calling your hotel and they'll go knock on your room, make sure you're alive. So it's somebody at least will be concerned pretty much right away. So if something happens to you, we'll find you right away. If you're there on your own, nobody knows where you are. Your family's probably not going to be worried and calling you every 15 minutes, so nobody will know.
That happened to me once in St. Petersburg or someplace. So we have the tour going, this guy he was fun, he was around, and he didn't show up the next day. I'm like, where's Bill, whatever his name was? And, no one saw Bill. So I'm starting to ask everybody, I'm seeing, where's Bill? Kind of call Bill. Bill's not answering. Now another day goes by. Now I'm starting to get really worried. Okay, where's Bill? And now my mission is to find Bill, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm calling hospitals. I'm worried about Bill. I'm figuring out where Bill is. Because we got like 20-some guys, but Bill has been AWOL for the last, 48 hours. I'm like, okay, we got to find Bill. And all of a sudden, Bill just kind of wanders in, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, with a big smile on his face. I'm like, Bill, where you been? He's like, I met this girl. I was so great. And then I went to her house and I ended up staying at her house for a couple of days. I'm like, you could have called. We were all worried about you. I'm yelling. I'm like, he's a kid, right? Where are you? He's like, oh, I didn't know. I'm like, Bill, don't do that again. I mean, we get paternal and maternal on these tours. We worry about you guys, and we are watching out for you and other tour members. You make friends with these people and they worry about you. So they're all, oh yeah, he's okay. Yeah, he got back. Everybody's fine, right? It's this group that we worry about. Even when you're individual, we're going to worry about you and make sure that you're okay. And that's important. And you want that kind of community. You want that when you go into work. When was the last time an app worried about you, right? When was the last time an app, what's going on? It might tell you what your heartbeat is, but it doesn't really care. But yeah, we care.
Searching for that one special woman to complete your life? Join men from all over the world as they take a trip and find their future brides.
AnewBride.com.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.